George Orwell is chuckling in his grave, and we are well marching on our way towards 1984. Contact tracing apps, what exactly are they, and can they be abused? Are they a good idea or what? Well, we're going to do what we do on this channel sometimes, and we're going to take things to the natural, absurd conclusion. I am a student and a study of history, and I don't know very many people at all, even professionals, that know more about history than I do. It's kind of a passion of mine. And if you want to know where the future goes and how do humans react in certain situations, looking at the historical evidence of how humans act is a great way to look at it. So we're going to look at this graph, and the reason we're going to look at this graph is it kind of seems like England and Australia are in a bit of a race to see who can track their citizens better. The Island of Wight, or the Isle of Wight, is the largest island in England and the most populated island in England. And the NHS staff there is being instructed to, download this Trace and Track app, or Track and Trace app, to see how it does. They want to see if it can accurately, right here, trace personal contacts via Bluetooth. Now stop. Let's put everything aside. Let's pretend COVID never happened and I knocked on your door and I'm wearing a trench coat and I got my hat on and I'm saying, hey, how you doing? I have the app of the future for you and I want you to download it, and it's absolutely free, and I just want to see if it can accurately trace your personal contacts via Bluetooth. Would you say yes? Wouldn't you look at it and be like, you want to what? You want to trace my personal contacts via Bluetooth? Well, that doesn't sound at all right. But remember, this is for your safety and the safety of others. This is public safety. Now, that said, public safety, there are two ways that this is going. One, either A, it's going to be stored at a centralized state, meaning Google's going to have a place that it stores it. Apple, Huawei, Samsung, whatever your carrier is or whatever app you use is going to have a centralized place, and you're going to have to rely on that centralized place to not get hacked. Yeah, like that's not going to happen. Or it's going to store all the information on your phone personally, and then you got to pray your phone doesn't get hacked. Yeah, like someone's phone somewhere isn't going to be hacked. I could see how this could be going so far south. So let's look at this graph. How will the NHS COVID-19 tracking app work? First step over here. The app will use Bluetooth to keep track of other phones it comes into contact with. It will not track location data. Bullshit, it won't track location data. You need location data, which down in number 7, when we get down there, you will see number 7 says that number 1 is a lie. So, let's continue. 2, if someone develops symptoms, they will tell the app. So first off, the first iteration is you're depending on someone being honest and saying, hey, here, I've got it, right? No, that person is going to go to the hospital. The hospital is going to look to see if they have the app, because they're going to have access to the app. If they have the app, then they're going to automatically access it for public safety reasons and know who that person has come into contact with. 3, their symptoms, and remember this, it says the anonymous IDs, okay, the anonymous IDs of all the phones the users has come into contact with are sent to an NHS server. The app will issue the original person with the symptoms instructions on how to get a test. Soon they will be able to order tests through the app. Now remember that. Anonymous IDs, right? They're saying that it's going to collect anonymous IDs. Wait till we get to number 7. The NHS will analyze the data sent by the original sufferer using what it calls a complex algorithm. Yeah, because YouTube has proven algorithms are so freaking awesome. It will then alert app users who have been in significant contact with the original person with symptoms. It will issue a link that tells them how to get a test. So every person, every anonymous ID gets a link. Once you click on that link, first off, you're no longer anonymous. I guarantee you that. Secondly, I don't believe it stores just anonymous information, because they're going to want to be able to get a hold of you somehow, some way, if you don't get the link or you don't click on the link and someone has symptoms and they say, well, there's this one person on here that we have their anonymous ID and they're not responding. They haven't clicked on the link. We need to know who they are. App users who have been in significant contact with a person with symptoms will be alerted through the app. They will be provided health advice, which may include self-isolation based on the NHS assessment of their level of risk. Everyone who has been in contact won't get a health advice. It will be on a person-to-person basis based upon their symptoms. Everyone who reports the symptoms, number 6, will be asked to record recent contacts using an online service or through a telephone interview. Yes, who have you been with, right? Where were you? Now, with all that information, not only it would be easy to find out where you were. I mean, Jesus. If you give me right now, with hardly any hacking experience at all, just a normal technological knowledge that the average person out there has, plus maybe a little bit more, not much. If you gave me 12 people, all right, and told me that at some point all 12 people were in the same spot at one time and I needed to find out where that was, I could very easily go to all 12 people, and I guarantee you, out of those 12 people, one person's phone will not be encrypted and will be connected to Wi-Fi somewhere, some sort of a public Wi-Fi, and I can get in through that way, and from there find out where they were on that day through the whole day, and then find out where they were in contact with all these other people, and through that metadata find out where that person was at the same time that all these other people were there, and thereby track it. Now, how much easier do you think that the governments are going to have of that task? Pretty damn easy. 7, the NHS team of contact tracers will then individually contact everyone who has been in contact with the sufferer, either through the app or by other means. Now, if the person doesn't remember everybody they were in contact with because you don't know who that person you just walked down the street with was, then how is it possible that they're going to be able to contact them through other means if they have anonymous IDs of all the phones that phone has been there? No, they're not. They need a lot more information. They're going to contact you either through the app or by other means, meaning a phone call or a visit from a healthcare provider or law enforcement. See, there are things about this that are just like, wait, what? And I'm not trying to say that this is an absolute. I'm saying it is there, and history has shown us that governments will use it and will abuse it. It's just the way governments operate. Anyways, I love you guys. You guys stay informed and look into it. Look into it. I'll see you guys on the next one.